Have you ever felt like you're supposed to be everywhere online? Posting every single day, keeping up with every platform, and yet, even after all that effort, it still feels like crickets? If you've ever wondered how to stay visible without burning yourself out, today's episode is for you. Hey friend, and welcome back to Sparkle and Shine. I'm Cassandra, your creative biz bestie and the heart behind Pretty Pineapple Bead, where I make colorful, confidence-boosting jewelry for women who want to feel vibrant, bold, and totally themselves. Here on the show, we talk about all things small business, mindset, marketing, growth, and everything in between, with a whole lot of encouragement and real talk along the way. In past episodes, we've been laying the foundation of your business, defining your dream customer, learning how to actually talk to them, and understanding your niche. And today we're building on that by talking about visibility, because once you know who you're talking to, you want to actually get in front of them in a way that feels good. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to create your own sustainable visibility strategy that works for you, not against you. Let's start rethinking visibility. Here's the thing. Visibility does not mean posting every day. I used to think that was the only way, that if I wasn't posting daily, I was failing. And sure, I can usually keep that up for maybe a week and a half. But then I miss a day, and suddenly I'm beating myself up, telling myself I already ruined the streak. And before I know it, I ghost my social media for a hot minute just to recover. What I've learned is that posting constantly isn't the same as posting with intention. When you focus on quantity, the quality naturally declines. But when you post with heart, with purpose, and with your dream customer in mind, your content feels more alive and authentic. To me, visibility with heart means showing up authentically on the platforms where your dream customer actually spends their time. It's not about being everywhere. It's about being intentional. You show up consistently, not constantly, at a cadence that actually works for you. Next, we're building boundaries. A big part of visibility is learning to set boundaries. One of the best boundaries I've set for myself is letting go of the idea that I have to post daily. That pressure never worked for me. It always led to burnout. Now, I allow myself to create content at a pace that works for me, even as I juggle Pretty Pineapple Bead, this podcast, and a print-on-demand business my husband and I are developing together. Another boundary that's helped? I try to work when my husband is working. I give myself permission to take his days off as my days off. That way I'm not working 24/7 and I'm protecting both my energy and our time together. When it comes to batching content, I've learned I can create things maybe 2 to 3 days in advance. Beyond that, it begins to feel inauthentic to me. If I plan too far ahead, I start to feel disconnected from what I'm posting, almost like I've already moved on mentally. So for me, a mix of short-term batching and some real-time posting works best. Boundaries don't limit you. They actually free you up to show up consistently without running yourself into the ground. All right, let me give you a simple framework for visibility that won't burn you out. First, choose your main platform. For me, that's Instagram. Even though I also hang out personally on Facebook, and I often see a little bit more engagement on TikTok, Instagram is where I focus first. That's my home. Next, repurpose your content. Take one piece of content and use it across multiple platforms. For example, my Bead Soup Sunday carousel goes on Instagram and gets reshared to Facebook. The caption gets shortened for threads, and lately I've been putting the slides up on TikTok with an optimized caption there. Another example, a blog post about styling jewelry can turn into a carousel, a reel, and a few Pinterest pins. And then make sure you engage deeply. Don't just post and ghost. Engagement is where relationships are built. Think of it this way. Posting without engaging is like being a professor giving a long, boring lecture to a wall. But engaging with your audience is like having a real conversation with a friend. Quality comments and DMs matter more than endless posts. This framework helps keep things simple, sustainable, and human. So here are a couple of questions I want you to reflect on this week. Where do you actually want to show up online? What boundaries could you set this week to avoid burnout? Where does your dream customer spend their time online? And how can you plan to be there in a way that feels natural to you? If you are feeling guilty about posting less, let me remind you, less does not mean lazy. You don't have to post every single day. What matters is consistency with intention. Maybe that looks like one reel and one carousel post a week. Maybe it looks like a podcast episode plus one Instagram post. That is enough. Stepping back when you need to actually helps you long term. It gives you more ideas, it refreshes you, and it helps you find the cadence that works for you. Remember, visibility should support your business, not drain you. Here's my challenge for you this week. Choose your main platform, the one that feels best for you. And then spend 5 to 10 minutes a day engaging with others on that platform. And I don't mean just liking posts or leaving a quick, "so cute," in the comments. Leave meaningful, thoughtful comments that start conversations. If you do this, tag me at Sparkle and Shine Podcast in one of your posts. I'd love to cheer you on and engage with your content. Remember, you don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to post every single day. You just need to show up with heart in a way that feels sustainable for you and aligned with your dream customer. If today's episode gave you a new perspective, I'd love for you to share it with a biz bestie who needs this reminder too. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode of Sparkle and Shine. Until next time, keep showing up with heart and keep sparkling.